And if you want to get early access to any of these, you can support me on Patreon or get YouTube membership. But be warned, my upload schedule is not consistent, and it's for you to decide if it's worth supporting me basically just for the sake of it at this point. Shout out to the couple of patrons that never stopped supporting me, even through the years I didn't upload anything. You're the real ones. They probably just, forgot that they're sending me $1 a month. So yeah, that's the plan for some of the upcoming projects on this channel. If that's all you care about, you can turn off the video now. Yay! See you later. But if you want to know more of the hows and the whens and the whos, stick around a bit and I'm gonna talk about the future of this channel. But first, some little backstory in the channel. So I started the channel back in 2016, 2017. I always wanted to do something with YouTube. I always felt like I wanted to create some fun little stuff. I always enjoyed making people laugh, I was just using a lot of my free time to upload random nonsense that came into my head every other day after school. Most of them are sadly not available on the channel anymore because I had to delete them for copyright reasons, ironically. Those reasons eventually got me the idea of the copyright-free series, and that was my big breakout hit, right? I would spend 99% of my free time after school back in the day working on these videos, making the scripts, recording the voice lines, editing, learning editing, like animation. Even though it looking shit was part of the charm, I still wanted to get better to make the jokes land better and stuff like that. As things went on, the series became weekly. Then as I was done with school and started, adulting, I saw that I couldn't really keep up with weekly format. And when I was in college, I switched to bi-weekly. Of course, the views were going down steadily, surely but surely, but that wasn't the point for me. It was a bit disappointing, but I was making videos that I really like, and there's still people enjoying them, there's still people supporting me, and that really encouraged me to move on with it. But as I was finishing up college, I noticed that I was just not having as much fun anymore with the series. Not necessarily because the shit I was doing wasn't fun. I think it was still very fun, and some of the last episodes I made before my big hiatus with the end of part 3 was some of the favorites I ever made, but it became too much because for the past 2-3 years at that point, I was just spending almost all of the time I had in my life, not counting studying, doing this, and it did strain me a bit. Then the burnout hit with, doing only JoJo content, but I felt like the pressure to deliver, especially with me having a good amount of patrons and members back in the day. Then around when part 4 Copyright Adventure started, I got myself a job, a full-time proper job with video editing. I was moving out from my childhood home at my last year of my bachelor's degree, so I had to work on the thesis and shit like that. So I just didn't have the time to work on the series anymore by that point, and I just decided to take a break for a bit. And of course, how that turned out. The small couple months, maybe half a year break away from George's Copyright Adventures turned into 4-year hiatus or something like that. I don't know. The thing is that during that I had some moments where I was feeling inspired to continue again, but I just felt like at that point it was already too late. It's been a year or two of no new contents, me doing some random videos here and there whenever felt like it, but nothing more. The views weren't enough to justify me spending so much time on it. Not like I didn't want to spend time on it at that point after a couple of years break, but it's just that it was disappointing. I know why. I mean, something like this is extremely niche, a very specific stock image parody of a kinda niche at the time anime that's there's so much hoops and layers to go through before you can actually find this entertaining. Of course, the YouTube algorithm not promoting Georgia because there's no season sharing or something didn't help, but over the time I just thought my mindset shifted. I started seeing YouTube no longer like the thing I should try to revolve my life around, to a hobby, a side hustle, I guess. But no, I don't like that word. Fuck that word. Just a hobby where I do whatever the fuck I want, and if people watch it, that's great. If people don't, that's also great. I don't care. I care a bit because I like seeing people having fun, but I'm not gonna get peer pressured or whatever to do what I don't want to do. Basically, that was a long ass way to explain why I'm continuing the series again. But do not expect consistent uploads, consistent episodes, whatever, because I have a lot more shit going on in my life than freaking almost 8 years ago at this point, or whatever, like 7 years ago. I just, like most people who were watching probably at the beginning, you grew up, there's other stuff to do. Like, if the views were massive and I could make a full-time career out of this, I would, and then you would see consistent uploads again. But I know it's not gonna happen at this point, and I made peace with that ages ago. So at this point, I just want to throw out like an episode a month at best, maybe a couple a year, and even if it only entertains a couple thousand people, that's fine by me. I just had fun making it. I know that people who really care about this shit also had fun watching it, remember, nostalgia, whatever, it doesn't matter. I love doing funny, goofy shit like that, and I won't stop doing it. So yeah, JoJo's Copyright Free Adventures in Japan. We're gonna be back. Expect like 2 episodes a year, but it's gonna be back. And the other stuff I announced at the beginning of this video. But yeah, so now that the rant is over, just that if you are insane enough to support me, do it at your own behest, and understand that I'm not committing to a proper upload schedule. Basically, I'm saying the value proposition of you supporting me is bad, and you should only do this even if you only expect to get like early access for a single video in like a year. Of course, I'm gonna try more than one a year, but I don't know. I have a lot of other shit going on in my life right now, so I can't promise it, But yeah, if you stay till the end of the trend, thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys for the Steel Ball 1 anime copyright free shitty opening. Bye bye.